For me, and I'm certain for many of you, Young Living's dedication to our farms, our farming practices, which drive the Seed to Seal promise, is the difference maker. That's why we want to share our farms in a big way during our Discover YL events throughout the year. And I've moved into my office for this segment because I am excited to introduce to you Corey Howden, our Business Development Director of Global Farms, who is going to take us on a tour of the Northern Lights Farm and Distillery in Fort Nelson, British Columbia. Welcome, Corey. So glad to have you here.
Thank you, Mike.
Well, listen, tell us a little bit about yourself. How long have you been with YL? Tell us about your farm.
Well, I guess I started 6 years ago in 2014 when I come up to build the farm with Gary and worked through the construction and then took over and managed the farm up until today. So that journey has been pretty long, I guess, for the Northern Lights Farm since its inception.
Tell us about Gary's influence on the farm and Gary's influence on you during that process.
Oh, wow. Well, the farm is Gary. I mean, everything about it. He was there, he designed, he created, he organized, and, completely changed my life. When you get to work with a maverick and live with a maverick and understand the reasons, the purpose, you become so differently connected to exactly what Seed to Seal is. I mean, it changed everything about who I was.
Let's talk about that. I mean, talk about your own progression, not only as a farmer, a farm manager, and as a person through that influence, both at the farm and working alongside Gary.
So I guess my essential oil Young Living journey started 20 years ago. I was introduced to the product and used the product, but really had no appreciation for what it was. It was just another product. And it worked and appreciated it, but had no depth to that appreciation until I came and met Gary and started building the farm and understood what went into making these essential oils. The absolute dedication to purity, every step of the process, how it's honored, everything changed. It didn't become a product anymore. It became something that was of purpose and with passion and completely changed my connection. And, not everyone had the opportunity to live and work with Gary Young, but that transformation that happened in me is something that you can't ever put down. When you can't ever unlearn that for the rest of your life. So it was a very special journey.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Well, let's dive into a little bit about Northern Lights Farm and Distillery. Tell us about what makes Northern Lights special in your eyes?
Well, it's in the name. It's the Northern Lights. I mean, the Northern Lights is an energy. It's something you can feel, you can see on a crisp night. You can hear it. It's something that is over this land. It's over the plants. It's over the soil. It's over our distillery. It's over all life here, and it saturates and something changes. And although it's hard to understand, anybody who stood under the Northern Lights on a cold, dark night can understand that power. And so, that's in the name of our distillery, but we live, breathe, and sleep in that energy. And so do these plants, and so do the products that come from this farm.
Let's talk about the plants and the products that thrive in that energy that come from the farm. Tell us what you guys farm regularly and walk us through that process from seed to seal, quite literally.
Yeah, so at the farm, we have 4 different oils that have been made available as of very recent to Young Living members. That's obviously our Northern Lights Black Spruce, and now we have a Northern Lights White Spruce, a Northern Lights Lodgepole Pine, and a Northern Lights Subalpine Fir. And so all of those are planted at our farm, and we work with the forestry department and thin and plant and grow at the farm. So those are the 4 products that are available to Young Living members from the farm. And that seed to seal process, we talk seed to seal, but seed to seal really starts with the soil, the condition of the soil, the purity of the soil. Everything about the soil is what nurtures and creates life for those seeds. So we go through a great amount of effort to make sure that the soil mimics and in every way is as close to a forest floor as possible where we plant the trees, and in our fields and in the forest where we plant trees. And then that process of seed to seal goes all the way through the growth cycle, through the harvest, through the distillation, all the way to our labs for testing and into the bottle of essential oil, which the members get to use.
And when you have soil that's healthy, just like a forest floor, what does that do to the yield, and how does that flow through and truly influence the quality of the products?
So a healthy soil is a living soil. It's a soil that is full of microbes and little moving things that are feeding and moving water and nutrients to and from the plant. And the trees, when they grow in their natural soil, they become the purest form of whatever we can get for an essential oil out of the tree. The life force of that tree it requires to have its natural, the way it always was, nutrients and delivery system to the tree to be able to produce what we would call the purest essential oil.
How do you distill those purest essential oils up there in Northern Lights?
So we load our wood chips. We chip the trees into wood chips and we load them into large stainless steel vats where we introduce steam to them. And that steam process goes through and takes out any of the essential oil that's trapped in the needles and the branches of the tree. And then that comes through into a water separator where the water and the oil separate, and we take the oil off the top, and that's the essential oil.
For those that are watching and attending today, talk us through why Seed to Seal and all of the things that you guys do as a part of your farming practices. Why those things are important to those that are attending it today and really the entire Young Living community.
Seed to Seal is a guarantee of quality, and it means that we have control of the plant all the way through the process. With our labs for testing, we control where that essential oil touches, every material that comes in contact with it. And so the only way that we can have absolute in that arena, know that it was only in food grade stainless steel, know that the water that was introduced to it was drinking water, was the right pH, know that that entire process is being honored that Gary created, is what makes Seed to Seal. And Seed to Seal isn't just about the oil. Seed to Seal is about the way, the energy, the health and wellness of the employees that work with it. It's about the community that it comes from. Seed to Seal is so much more than any other sort of credential that you could have because it's all encompassing. Gary left a statement that said, in Seed to Seal, there is no separation. And I think that means in the process, in the people, in the land, in the community. And that's what makes Young Living special and this brand of Seed to Seal.
Fantastic, Corey. Thank you. Anything else about the Northern Lights Farm or your time with Gary that you'd like to share that's unique, special, or especially dear to your heart?
Sure. I would love to, first of all, invite all of our members. The only reason we do this is because of the members. The only reason we have this process, the reason we honor this is because of the impact it has in their lives. And so we just, what's special to us up here is when we have our winter harvest, when we have their tours, when people come and see us, walk through the process, and they get to touch this. And more than anything, for all of our employees up here, it means the world to see people who appreciate all of the steps, all of the effort. And that appreciation is really what drives us at the Northern Lights Farm.
Well, we appreciate you guys so much, all the hard work and the dedication to these wonderful products. I know everybody really, really is excited about these farm tours and really what makes the difference for Young Living. Where can our attendees find more information about the Northern Lights Farm and Distillery?
Well, at younglivingfarmtours.com, we'll be back up and open at the end of March, and we invite everybody to come and book a visit, come see us, come audit Seed to Seal for yourselves.
Fantastic. Corey, thank you so much for your time today. Thanks for the tour of your beautiful farm and distillery. And I can feel that Northern Lights energy. I think I can feel it already just coming right through the screen. So thank you so much.
You're very welcome, Mike. I appreciate being here. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you.